Hey everybody, welcome back. Chapter 3, Episode 3, Version 3, whatever you want to call it, on GT500 engine removal and install, and hopefully get back running soon. So first off, thanks for watching and subscribing. And if you've been watching this series, I looked at the thumbnail. It's brought to you today by the letter C. It's for a cat. Or C is for compressed. So yeah, water does not compress very well. So those are some pretty strong rods. Anybody familiar with the GT500 rods or 350 Voodoo rods? They're called crack rods. They crack them, and I think the Boss 302s are the same way. Correct me if I'm wrong. Crank is mint. Rods are all mint except for that one. That's number 4, and I think number 7 is slightly mint. Can't remember which one it is. Now the block, the original block, is pretty much smoked. You're gonna be able to use it unless we sleeve it. So, because that was the thing, replace this motor and then rebuild the original one for another project, either a Fox or something else. So I can rebuild it, but I'm probably going to have to sleeve this block, and it's kind of spendy. A new 5.2 block's only like, I think, $2,100. So you can see down, well, maybe not. The rust in them cylinders is pretty bad. Now, that's the number 5. But the thing with these blocks is they're not like any other block. They're plasma coated or some sort of shenanigans like that. So you can't really bore them or anything like that. You can lightly hone them if they're in good shape. But these are definitely not in good shape. So I got the new motor, got the flywheel on, the headers on. I'm going to try to cheat putting it in. And what I mean by that, I don't have the motor mounts on the block. They come out kind of like little arms and go down over the mounts that are in the chassis. And what I'm going to try to do is set the motor in it, put a couple bell housing bolts in it, and then bolt the mounts. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Kind of confusing. So this is the male mount on the chassis side. It's got kind of a stud that sticks up, and then the motor side slides down over top of that. So in order to get the travel, I'm going to need back and forth to slide the motor on the DCT input shaft. I'm going to have to leave the motor mounts off the block and then slide it in with the K member still in the car. That's the only way with doing it like this. It's kind of so yeah, if I'd had a lift, I might have tried it, but honestly it's been kind of easy peasy thus far doing it this way, knock on wood. Let's hope it don't get much more difficult. So I'm going to spend about, I don't know how long, putting this motor in this car here in a minute. And it's like I said, it's on the floor. New one in, got the manifolds on. Now these are weird. These are DCT flywheels. The input shaft goes directly in the flywheel on the motor, and this piece floats. It moves up and down. It's kind of strange. I don't know how it works, but it works. So yeah. So that being said, let's hope I can get this in about an hour or so. I have the old lady film, but she's up there cleaning the pool, so she's working. You don't mess with her, so we'll just let her be. So let me see what I can do and see if we can get this in. And hell yeah, just like that, it's been an hour. Went in as I hoped it did. I had to take the sway bar loose. I had the transmission jacked up kind of at an angle like this, and the engine went right on this little snub of that clutch pack that's in the transmission. Had my wife come down, pushed the engine forward while I put a couple bell housing bolts in and went right in. So damn, here we go. Now I still got it lifted up with the hoist there because I've got to put the motor mount bolts in, or the motor mount plates. So that's the trick. So we gotta see if we can get that part done. One trip and fall here. You're like a NASCAR driver, all out of a race car. So yeah, let me waste another 40 minutes of my time and get these. Where are they at? Over here somewhere. Shenanigans right there. Gotta go on there. So yeah, literally 45 minutes. So those you are, oh my god, I put a motor in from the top. A little 302 and a Fox. It's not that big a deal. I thought it was going to be a pain in the ass, but it's been pretty easy so far. Knock on wood. Let's hope everything works out the way it's supposed to. Like I said, I had to take these sway bar bolts out so I can move this forward like this because the oil cooler was in the way. I didn't want to take that off the motor. So and I had a little block for my Ford GT that I used to jack it up with. I kind of stuck it in here, let the crank down on a little bit to tilt the motor back, and it went phoop, right on the transmission. Yep, phoop, just like that. Say it again, phoop. That's what it sounded like, phoop. So anyway, let me get this done and we'll call it a day. All right, the motor mounts are on the motor. Now, I couldn't decide whether to put the mounts on and then put the headers on, or the headers on and then the mounts. Headers on and then the mounts was definitely the way to go. So yeah, it's not super easy, but it's not very difficult. Worked out pretty good. Sometimes when you're doing stuff like this nobody's ever done, I mean, yeah, I'm sure people have done them at dealerships, warranty work and all this other stuff, but doing this in your driveway on the ground with just an engine hoist, it can be done. So, you know, don't be scared to do something like this if you got something that needs to be replaced or changed. But I'll show you the mounts I put in. Oh, it's Miss B. You gonna stretch? Come on, give us a stretch. No. Where's Gypsy? She's ignoring me. Her and Gypsy are fighting. So, queens of the roost. You're not sure one day one is, and then the next day the other is. So those are the mounts right here. They go to the motor. There's 4 bolts on each side, and you see how that stud sticks up past that mount about 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches. Imagine trying to slide that motor back in and line it up with that mount on there. There'd be no way to do that. You'd have to take the K-member out. And that's the other side. Right over yonder, right there. Same way. Now the transmission cooler lines right here, I did take them out of the transmission because that bracket bolts to the side of the block and it was in the way. And again, I unbolted the sway bar so I could pull it forward to clear the cooler and the balancer. And that was really it. And I'm going to leave the strap on it for now. Don't touch that one. Strap on it. I'm going to leave the strap here for the AC compressor. It's got 4 or 3 bolts to go back up in here, so if I have to lift the engine up to get to those bolts, it'll make it easier for me to get to that. So I was working on old gray over here. They put a rack on it. Nope, didn't put a new one. I put a used one on it. It's not leaking. Everything's good. Gonna put a set of wheels on it. I'm gonna wash it, clean it, get the cluster put back in it, and it is permanent. It is for sale. Yeah, anybody looking? So I won't linger on or rattle on. If you got any questions on doing this or how it should be done, hit me up, you know, foxjunk73@gmail.com, or you can ask me below. As far as pulling something like this, there's a lot of shit. Like I said, there's 100 pounds in a 5-pound bag of putting one of these back together. But something like this, you don't want to wait too long, especially me. I'm getting old. Remember where shit goes, nuts and bolts. I'm over here starting Goon Squad. I'm putting what stuff goes to on bags and all this other stuff, so I know where everything goes. But yeah, and this is all holds the radiator support on. A lot of shit. So, but I have a starter on order. I'm gonna put a new starter on it, a new alternator. AC compressor look good. It's a sealed unit. I can imagine it got bad, but the alternator and starter, they're not sealed, so I don't want to take a chance of getting water in it. It might work for 3 or 4 months, and then wife's driving it to work and clicky click click, it's not working. So don't want that to happen. So I got a new alternator coming, a new starter coming. So gonna send the blower off. This is probably gonna be it on Papa Smurf for a week or so, mainly because I got to send the blower off and it's just gonna take a week to rebuild that. I want to put new bearings in it. I don't want to put it on this new motor, so it's just gonna sit until I get the blower back. And I gotta find something to do. I'll probably be working on the gray car. I'm gonna clean it, maybe polish it up, like I said, and then it's officially up for sale. So anybody looking? Yep, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. And was a little hesitant, kind of scared to put it back in, so I said to hell with it. Nothing to it but to do it. So that's how it goes. So again, if you got any questions, let me know. And y'all have a good weekend. And just remember, it's not just junk, it's Fox Junk. And everybody have a good day.